All right, get this. Today we're looking at a language learning platform. And get this, it's got a story behind it. I mean, a story of like resilience and cultural preservation.
You know what's really interesting is how this platform came out of, Alexandra's experience, during a really tough time. She takes us back to February 24th, 2022, the day the war began in Ukraine. And her life, well, just like so many others, changed forever.
Yeah, it's more than just a date, right? It's a point in time where everything she knew like changed, and she doesn't just tell us. She shares an excerpt from her video blog from February 26th,
Yeah.
and you hear her describe her hiding place, and you could feel the fear in her voice.
Right. This is where we really see the human part of the story. Like, imagine you're in the middle of chaos and fear, and teaching, like, becomes her anchor. It wasn't, just a way to distract herself. It was how she, like, took back control. It was how she felt useful and connected to others when everything felt like it was, like, falling apart.
It's amazing how even in the darkest times, the human spirit, like, it finds ways to not just survive, but to find purpose and meaning. And for Alexandra, that purpose became like completely tied to her passion for the Ukrainian language and her desire to share it. She realized, there was this gap. There weren't a lot of high quality, easily accessible resources for people to learn Ukrainian.
Yeah, and this is where her view on language gets really interesting. She says that language is more than just communication. It's the very DNA of a nation's identity, its history, its culture.
Wow, that's a powerful way to think about it. Especially now with Ukraine fighting so hard to protect its independence and its heritage.
Yeah.
It's like preserving the language is another way to fight for their existence.
Absolutely. And this drive, she has to preserve her culture. Well, Alexandra, she got that from her grandfather. She talks about how he instilled in her a deep love for the language. Creating this platform feels, like continuing what he started, a way to honor his memory and make sure that the language and the culture that he loved, continue to thrive.
So with this personal motivation fueling her, Alexandra lays out her vision for the platform. She wants to reach three key groups: people who are learning Ukrainian for the first time, Ukrainians who aren't in Ukraine anymore and want to reconnect with their roots, and Ukrainians who need to learn English. It's like she's building bridges across continents and cultures.
Yeah, it's really ambitious, and to do it, she's developing a ton of resources. Think like interactive courses for, all levels, from beginner to advanced, and they're available, in different formats to fit different learning styles.
So it doesn't matter if you prefer live instruction or learning on your own, they've got you covered. And it's not just your typical language learning app, with boring exercises. Alexander says they're ditching the old textbooks and using multimedia, stuff like educational videos and audio, and you can even download PDFs to make learning engaging and fun.
Right, they're not just teaching you grammar and vocabulary, they're weaving in Ukrainian culture. For example, some of the lesson plans use Ukrainian folklore, music, even culinary traditions. It's about experiencing the culture. It's not just memorizing words.
Now, that's what I call a deep dive. You're not just learning to speak. You're getting a taste of what it means to be Ukrainian, right? And it's not just about self-study either. They're creating training materials for both English as a second language teachers and Ukrainian as a second language teachers to make sure the teaching is high quality and consistent across the platform.
Yeah, they're getting this community, of educators and learners, all brought together by this platform and a shared passion for language and culture. It's a really interesting approach. And they're planning to offer these resources in different ways. Imagine like PDFs you can download for self-directed learning or for teacher-led classes. So, whether you're learning on your own or part of a class, they've got you covered.
Now, building something this big and ambitious takes, resources. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, the business model. How are they paying for this?
Well, they're looking at it from a lot of different angles. They're trying to partner with similar organizations, not just for funding, but for guidance on how to develop at the organization. They're thinking about long-term sustainability, from the start.
That's smart. It shows they're in it for the long haul, right? And they're also looking at other ways to get financial support.
Right. They're looking at corporate grants, sponsorships, even support from individuals. And they're not just asking for money, they're putting together detailed, cost analyses and financial projections to show potential supporters how their money will be used.
So they're being transparent and they have a clear vision for the future, right? This isn't just a passion project. It's a well thought out plan to create something that will make a real impact.
Exactly. And this brings us to a really interesting point. Remember that date, February 24th, 2022. Well, after the Russian invasion, something amazing happened. Over 1.3 million people worldwide started learning Ukrainian.
Wait, really? That many? That sounds almost too good to be true.
It's true. It wasn't, just about learning a new language. It was a powerful show of support for Ukraine. People around the world wanted to connect with the country, understand its people, and show their support, in a real way.
That's incredible. It really shows you how powerful language can be to bring people together. And this platform, with its focus on immersing you in the culture, seems like it's in a perfect position to tap into that.
You're right. It's not just about learning Ukrainian. It's about connecting with a culture that's going through something terrible and showing your support in a way that that really matters. It's about understanding their story, their resilience, and their determination to keep their heritage alive.
It's like by learning the language, you're getting a look into the soul of a nation, and that's powerful. Makes you think, huh? Like how many of us could do something like this? Build something so hopeful when things are so dark. Alexandra's story is really, really something.
It is, and this thing about connecting people through language, it's something that she's been doing for a while now. Alexandra says that even before the war, she loved teaching both English and Ukrainian. She saw it as a way to help her students, connect with the world around them.
It's like she was building, bridges with words, helping people from different backgrounds, different cultures, to talk to each other and understand each other.
Exactly, and this idea of building bridges, it's so important now, with the world becoming more and more connected in a time when it's more important than ever to understand each other. Tools like what Alexandra's building have the potential to really make a difference.
Yeah, speaking of making a difference, let's go back to how they're going to pay for this platform. They're looking for partners, but it sounds like they want more than just, money.
You got it. They don't just want financial help. They want advice too. Like on how to run the organization. They're being really smart about building something that will last.
It's like they're starting a movement, right? Not just a platform. They're bringing together teachers, students, and organizations that all share the same goal. And that's where things really start to change.
Absolutely. They're creating a ripple effect, spreading this awareness and appreciation for the Ukrainian language and culture all over the world. And this brings us back to what we're really talking about here, Alexander's story and how it, connects with this project.
Yeah, it really reminds you that even when things are really tough, people can still create things, connect with each other, and inspire others.
So if we step back for a second and look at the big picture, what does this all mean? Well, I think Alexander's story and this platform show us just how powerful language can be.
It's more than just words on a page, isn't it? It's a connection to our past, our culture, and who we are.
Exactly. And by making it easier for people to learn languages, Alexandra is opening up these doors to understanding and empathy. It's like she's saying, "Hey, here's a piece of my culture. Let's share it."
And by doing that, she's helping to bring people together and build connections. It's a really amazing thing, especially with everything that's going on in Ukraine.
That's what makes this story so So interesting. It's not just about learning a language, it's about saving a culture, when things are really bad.
And that brings us to a bigger question, like how does this platform fit into this whole idea of saving cultures during times of war and conflict?
It's really important when a country's very existence is threatened, protecting its language and culture. It becomes even more important. It's like a way of saying we're not going anywhere.
Right, exactly. And by giving people access to resources to learn Ukrainian, Alexandra is helping with that fight in a big way. She's helping to make sure that Ukrainian culture will survive.
Imagine millions of people all over the world learning Ukrainian, experiencing the culture, and sharing its stories. It's like, pushing back against the things that are trying to silence them.
It's like planting seeds of hope for the future. And these seeds, they're nourished by language and cultural exchange. They can grow into something really amazing.
That's a powerful image, and it shows us the impact this platform can have. But building a digital learning platform during a war, it can't be easy.
No, I can only imagine how difficult it must be. I mean, the war is still going on, which creates instability, makes it hard to get resources, and makes planning for the future, well, almost impossible.
And that's not even considering the emotional toll it takes on everyone.
It's hard to imagine, trying to build something so big when your world is being, turned upside down.
You're right, but even with all of that, there are opportunities. The whole world is focused on Ukraine right now, and people really want to understand its people and its culture.
That's a lot of support. And by using that support, Alexandra and her team could reach a really big audience.
Think about it. People everywhere are looking for ways to show that they stand with Ukraine. Learning the language is a real, meaningful thing they can do.
And that's where this platform comes in, right? It gives people a structured and easy way to really connect with Ukraine. It's more than just learning a language. It's about supporting a culture that needs help and helping to make sure it survives.
It's a great example of taking a bad situation and turning it into a chance to grow and connect with people. And it all started with one woman who wanted to share her language and her culture with the world.
Really shows you what people can do, huh? When they put their minds to it. Like finding the strength to create something so positive when everything around them is so difficult. It gives you hope, right?
Yeah, it really does. And, that's what makes this whole deep dive so fascinating. We've gone way beyond just, talking about a language learning platform. We've uncovered this incredible story, a story about resilience, about protecting culture, and about the power of human connection.
It's been quite a journey, and I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling pretty inspired right now. But we don't want to leave our listener, overwhelmed with emotion. So let's bring it back to the key takeaways. What do we want them to remember?
Well, I think that the biggest takeaway is this incredible mix of personal strength and the desire to protect a culture. That's what's driving this whole thing. Alexandra's story is it's a powerful reminder that even when things are unbelievably hard, people can still find ways to create, to connect with each other, and to inspire others.
Yeah, it's like she's taken her own experience and turned it into something good, something that can really make a difference in the world. And this platform, it's like a real world example of that. It's like a symbol of hope, a symbol of Ukraine's determinations to keep their language and culture alive for future generations.
Absolutely, and it shows you that we all have the power to do something, something bigger than ourselves, whether it's learning a new language or, supporting projects like Alexandra's, or even just spreading the word. We can all play a part in preserving cultures and bringing people together.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listener with something to think about, something to explore further. Like, what if supporting a platform like Alexandra's was your way of helping to create a world where people understand each other better? Just something to consider.